Hello everyone, and we're standing in front of the test railroad number 400 right now, and there's a very good, though very unfortunate reason why we're doing that, and that is because I recorded the new video for the Tuckasegee and Nantahala, and lost the first clip of the video, somehow. I know I recorded it, but it's just nowhere to be found on any of my PC's drives, so please enjoy the video as that is to follow this, and we're gonna start with me pulling the train out of the Silva interchange. So we'll see you then. Alright everyone, so I got the train all built up and we're rolling down into Silva for me to try and figure out how I am going to fix the problem I created for myself without realizing it. Because those need to go to Whittier. Oh no. Okay. So, this might be pretty interesting to watch. It's mostly gonna be you guys watching me flail around like an idiot trying to figure out how to get those cars at the front of the train. So they don't interfere with the locust pin stuff and the other Dillsboro cars. Let's see. So those really need to, in some way, shape, or form, just need to be up here. So let's see what we can do about that. I didn't think this part through, obviously. Even though I knew I needed to think about it, I didn't think it through enough. So let's run, because we're gonna be on the wrong end of those cars. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get them. Do any of these need to go? No. Okay. So none of these cars actually need to be well, that'll need to be taken back by the end of the day. So we can deal with that then. Got a lot of comments on episode 3, which I do appreciate. I'm going to go through some of those at the end of the video. There's a few I'm going to address, some stuff that I didn't think about. Don't really know why I didn't think about said things when I was making the video. Or when I was making episode 3, mainly pertaining to the pulpwood loads up the mountain. In my infinite genius, I completely neglected to think about the fact that I could simply just, grab the pulpwood cars, then grab the logs. Instead of having to take another locomotive up there. I mean, obviously in episode 3, that wasn't an option, because I had already gotten number 2 stuck, and without dropping all the way back down to the C1 siding, I could not have gotten them. But that means that I can do that a little smarter the next go around when I do it again. So, that's a pretty simple fix for a problem that my brain was making much more than it needed to be. Also, I think we're going to adjust our paint scheme a little bit. Now, this is Railroader, and the mods, I can change the locomotive livery anytime I want to, but I feel like it is only fitting that we only change liveries when we have put the locomotives in the shop. So I may do repairs to number 11, which I called number 1, number 11 in the last video. I don't know if anybody picked up on that or not, but I certainly did. Also, I also went back and watched my update video, and I realized that I said that the Smithsonian Institute was in New York. I hope you guys understand why that makes me feel like an idiot. Especially considering I have been to the Smithsonian Institute, and it definitely is not in New York. It is in Washington, D.C. So yeah, kind of made myself feel like an idiot, just a tad bit with that one. But you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. And so the other thing I've got to figure out is how I've still got to figure out how to get these cars down there. I mean, obviously I'm going to have to run around them. I'm trying to figure out what the shortest way for me to do that's going to be. I think what I'm going to do is back them onto this track and then run around. Oh, no, I don't want to be on it. No, I don't want to be on it. Thanks. And then we'll push these back to right here, and then we can use this track here to run around them. I think that'll definitely be the simplest thing. So yeah, that made me kind of feel a little stupid. Okay, you can stop. You can stop, thanks. Alright. Set the handbrake, and then forward 15. Go open this switch, and then I'll finish getting all this stuff ready and set off. And I'll probably see you guys probably down in Whittier, to be honest. So we'll see you then. Alright, so we're down here at Whittier, or at East Whittier, and we're going to get all of this set up so we can do a real quick, easy drop. And unfortunately, I'm an idiot and didn't uncouple this flat car. Unfortunately, I think it's probably going to be smart to go ahead and get another boxcar load of parts coming in, unfortunately, and that's $3,000 for a 50-ton boxcar, which I think this thing holds 40 tons of stuff, I think. So unfortunately, that's going to be a pretty penny. It's not a war pension. It's not a massive amount of cash by any stretch of the imagination. And yesterday we made $2,420. Today we're gonna make more because we've upped the level at the sawmill, and we got our first delivery of logs to the tannery. The other thing that I'm going to have to start thinking about money-wise and storage-wise, that's probably going to be the biggest problem for us at this current time until we can get the Bryson yard, is we probably would be smart to at least have a few extra log cars and a few extra pulpwood cars. That way we can rotate cars in and out of service when they need to be serviced. Because unfortunately, we have to service our own cars. That means that, and that also means that we're going to have to think strategically until we can get the Dillsboro Roundhouse, which I think is, I'll check that real quick. I think the Dillsboro Roundhouse is 3 stalls. Build an engine service turntable with 3 track shed, yeah. So that would give us the ability to service 3 things at one time. Well, technically service 5 things at one time because of down here. In which that would be helpful when it comes to, you know, we can service the number 1 and 2 down here. We can service and service log cars and stuff down here as well. While we pretty much keep, say, pulpwood and number 11 and whatever other road engine we purchase in the future. We can service them at Dillsboro until we can get the Ela extension, or the Bryson City extension, opened up. That'll be a while, obviously, but, and unfortunately, if I had known that we were going to have this car to take down to the Ela house track, I would have went ahead and grabbed the first one of these. It's going to be a big train. It's going to be a really big train. It's probably going to be a pretty hefty train even for number 11 here to handle. Let's go ahead and re-grab the Ela car. And then we will get probably get number 2 to switch out the sawmill today and send number 1 up the mountain. That's probably going to be the play that we take, plus the actual using critical thinking for using actual critical thinking when it comes to the operations up on the mountain today. Reverse road 15. And then, well, but like I said, you know, that'll probably be our line of focus. It will probably actually be to get the Dillsboro yard next, so that we can store stuff, and we can take our passenger car and our caboose up there as well, since I don't use either of those cars. Sorry, my cat is running crazy upstairs. I could hear it through my microphone. I don't know if you guys could hear it too, but anyway, the yard, jeez, I feel like I've had so much stuff trying to record this today that's just made my brain go all over the place. But yeah, the Dillsboro yard will be our next kind of goal. And then we'll kind of move on from there. Let's see. I'm hoping that we have enough space at L2 to load all the cars. I hope. If we don't, we don't. You know, that's just going to be an unfortunate thing. And unfortunately, I did not put these together the way I wanted to put them together. I forgot that was something else I was going to do. But, oh well. I can fix that with number 1 shortly. Okay. And we'll go ahead and just stop right there. And we'll fill up number 11. We'll fill her up with fresh water before we send her back up to Silva today. Okay, 15. Let's make sure we get the switches line all correctly. And then I'll just jump down here and go ahead and preemptively put down a flare right here. Should be good enough. So let's jump back up here. What am I doing? Doing this. Get 10 miles an hour set. And then we're still doing pretty decent on coal. Yeah, we're still doing pretty decent on coal. We'll need to get a new batch in fairly quickly. And we'll also need to get a new coal car, new coal hopper when we when we get the Dillsboro engine shed. I don't know why my brain's having such a hard time processing what I want to say today. Hopefully by the end of the day, maybe by the end of the day we'll just go ahead and do this. Get the yard instated and then worry about getting extra cars for different services and getting the engine shed built up. Give me number 11, put her up to 25 miles an hour so it doesn't take 30 minutes for her to get to Ela. Reselect this. And then, I guess it really doesn't matter how far we push these cars down in the grand scheme of things. That's good enough. Number 11, yes, has cleared that switch. Now, let's set the handbrake. Reverse 15. For some reason, I just knew that I had disconnected all the cars on accident. Yard forward 20, and we'll grab the rest of the log cars. Then we'll get all this switched out. And did it double the number of cars per day for this? Kind of hope it didn't. I don't know. It probably increases proportionally, because now we need 11 cars a day of logs. Which we've got set up. So it probably didn't increase it by all that much. Road reverse 15. And then we're gonna find out if my little scheme is actually gonna work or not. Let's oil these up real quick while I'm thinking about it. 100%, 96. Those are probably good. I might as well do that too. There's no reason to put number one careening in there with number 2 with log cars. Okey doke. yard forward 20. Once we get these hooked up, we will get number 1 heading up the mountain. Okay, then yard road forward 20 should be perfectly fine. Got all this stuff lined the right way. Need to line, yep, that's all lined the correct way. Let's jump up here and put down a flare there. And then grab number 2. And I'm going to get her out. I'm going to switch out the sawmill. And I will see you guys when I've done that. And number 11 is down in Ela. So I'll see you guys then. Alright everyone, we've got number 11 down here in Ela. We're going to get pulled back into the siding here. And then spot the car down here. So, in order to load all the cars needed, I had to take number 1 in our flat car up to the L3 track up here. But other than that, I think that's all gonna work out pretty well. I'll take you guys up there when I get to that point. Actually, wait, already stopped. Oh well. It's not a big deal. That's not a big deal. And we made a pretty chunk of change from the sawmill today. So yesterday we made 320, today we made 402 plus 67, so that was 395, 469. So we made almost $100 extra at the sawmill just off of the extra cars from the tier change. And I'm not 100% sure how this factors, but let's see. I'm not sure how this factors as far as how much extra money we're going to make from the tier change when we get paid for the log delivery in the morning. Alright, we can stop. Forward 25. Jump back down here and flip the switch back. And once we get this car spotted, it'll probably be ready to be brought back tomorrow. So I'm really torn right now on exactly what I'm gonna do with money. Because part of me wants to go ahead and get the yard, and part of me wants to get the engine service, but the other part of me knows that really there's no reason to get the yard if we don't have any cars to store in it. Now of course we do have the 2 cars, the passenger, the coach, and the caboose, but we're not really needing those 2 tracks in the Whittier yard right now. We don't really need those tracks. And of course we could, we could store those in Whittier itself, since we're not actually using, or not actually servicing Hollifold or Stenzel. And that may be the slickest thing to do, really. So we'll see what I decide as time goes on. And then hook this up, release the brake, and we need to stay in reverse, reverse 10. And yeah, that got it far enough. Something else, I was gonna wait until we reshopped the locomotives. I said this like earlier in the video, but I think I may just go ahead and do it manually. Or do it manually. Of course I have to do it manually. But I may just go ahead and do it to all the locomotives, or do it at least to number 11 at the end of the day. But in the mod list video that came out last Friday, I showed off sort of a paint scheme inspired by one of my local railroads, which was the Gainesville Midland. I showed it off on one of the decapods. And I think that I'm gonna go for sort of a paint scheme that's both a mix of our current paint scheme and that paint scheme. Now I think I can adjust the right colors to different colors. I can keep the right colors separate to do it. And in fact, let's just go ahead and do that right now. So here's where we're gonna do. So let's go to customize. We're gonna keep the small cab numbers. We're gonna keep all of this as well. And we're also gonna keep that, but I'm going to put the boiler back to black. We're gonna keep the domes that way too. We're gonna keep all of this. I might take, I don't know, let's see how this looks first. And of course I'm gonna adjust this to the slightly different gold that I came up with. That looks a little closer to the pictures of the old Gainesville Midland gold, which really doesn't look all that much different. It just looks a little less like gold leaf and a little more like gold paint. So, I want to leave those that color. And then, yeah, this is the one that I want to put the gold on as well. What in the world? Boom. And yeah, unfortunately that changed the pilot color too. And I don't really want the front of the pilot to be gold. We're gonna take the cylinder paint off as well. Actually, you know what? I think I actually might make this gold as well. Yep. Yeah, I actually, see, I don't know what this is. Not sure what that's supposed to do. But yeah, I actually like this color scheme better. Let's go over here and we'll give I didn't mean to select that, but okay. And then I don't remember. Ooh, okay, so you can change the color of the tender stripe. Okay, that's fun. Haha. Now what happens if I add the... Okay, so that is a different color. And then go here and... Oh, wait a minute. Hit the wrong letter here. And then, yeah, I think that actually, that's a pretty sharp paint scheme. I like this. We're going to leave the other two locomotives the way they are, just because it kind of denotes they're slightly different, in a way. But yeah, I like that. I think I did like an off-white too for the wheel caps that I think I might change this to. Yeah, there we go. And stop. Might have stopped it too quick. Yeah, I stopped it too quick. But I don't know. It just gives it a little bit less. The color doesn't punch you in the face quite as much, if you will. Yeah, I think this will be the new kind of paint scheme that we stick with for all future locomotives. I just like the way it looks better. Plus, we're a logging road, supposedly. In the roleplay, we are a logging road. What the devil? What did I change that changed that to gold? Hold up now. Wait. Oh, that's right. That's the red. Hold on. Shoot. Oh, I've got that written down somewhere else. 9F 0B 0B. Yeah, okay. There we go. Fix that back to how it's supposed to be. Oh, wait, I already flipped that. Okay, let's get number 11 out of here, and I'll see you guys when we collect all the log cars and the pulpwood cars back up with number 1. Okay, we're up here at L3 with number 1, and we're going to get her pushed back, forward, and then down to collect the rest of the log cars. And stopped. No, for once I didn't stop too early. Alright, reverse 15. Need to get down here and flip this switch real quick. And then we can grab those other log cars. So, I wasn't thinking about it earlier, but just thought about it between the last clip and this clip. We're not grabbing the pulpwood cars today anyway, because they won't be loaded until tomorrow. And you can see they're only half loaded and it's already 12 o'clock. So they won't be loaded until tomorrow, and I've got to remember to stop number 11 and her train at Barker's Creek so that we can grab those as well. Just like yesterday, which these will be at the head end of the train, whereas the ones yesterday were, I think, were at the rear of the train. So it'll actually simplify operations in Silva by quite the margin. Now, of course, we still have the other 2 cars in Silva to deal with, and I'm still not 100% sure how we're going to deal with those. Of course, the one car, the Hyde car, will be pretty easy. This will be the 3rd time I've done that, and the 2nd time that we've done that in a filmed day. And I may play maybe one more day unfilmed in between now and the next episode. Don't know if I will or not. I'm going to think on that just a little bit. But that way I can advance the railroad a little bit, to where we get a little bit closer to having a little more entertaining, entertaining operations. And it's not just the same operations for 5 episodes in a row. Well, engineer, you really don't seem too intent on stopping that train. Okay. Okay, at least number 1 got that started off. We'll see. We'll see later on if she's able to get the 3 loaded pulpwood cars started off or not. I hope she can, because that's the preferable outcome. Obviously, it's preferable to not have what happened yesterday happen again. And bang. Okie doke, and then release the handbrake, yard road. I keep wanting to say yard road. Road reverse 20, and then I'll see you guys in Whittier when we get number 11's train put together. See you guys then. Alright, everyone. I love it when I misclick and don't actually start recording. I've got our boxcar, our locomotive parts boxcar on number 1, and we're gonna run number 1 down to the other end of the yard and get her hooked up to the sawmill cars. And since we have no other cars to take back with us today, we are gonna get her on her way. Switch dadgum against what? How? Where? Oh, come on. Alright, good enough. Good enough. Number 2, that's good. Now, we're gonna get number 11 down here to the other end of the yard and get her hooked up to the sawmill cars and get her headed up the main line. And then we'll stop and grab the pulpwood cars. Oh. Number 1 stopped for that. I guess it would help if I opened the switch for her to come out onto the main line. It'd probably make a difference. Probably should also go set a flare. Probably what? Right here's probably far enough. I hope it is anyway. If it's not, it's not. If it isn't far enough, it's not a big deal. We can roll with it. But I was thinking a little bit, and I think I may play just one day between now and the next video. Not gonna buy anything, not gonna do anything crazy. Just play one extra day, build up a little extra money, and then go from there. Like I said, that way maybe we can get to a little bit more action-packed railroading a little bit quicker. You know, maybe at least save up the money to get a couple of extra sets of log cars and pulpwood cars. That way, when they start getting pretty low, on their wear and tear, we don't have to worry about rushing like maniacs to try and get all of our stuff done after they get repaired. Because that is something that I don't want to have to deal with. That is something I don't want to have to deal with. Yeah, I'm really liking this new paint scheme that we've got on number 11. Like I said, that's something that'll go on all future locomotives as well. AI Road out of the yard at 15. Go up to Barker's Creek. Okay, number 1 is at the mill. We can stop number 11's train right there. And that's 70 tons. So that should actually give us a slight surplus on pulpwood. So 40 tons. So it takes 3 cars at 40 tons. So it takes 120 tons of pulpwood a day. These are 70, 210 tons. So it's not quite it's not quite enough of an extra boost to allow us but if these are what I buy, then I think we're golden using these cars. I think we're golden using these cars. But I will see you guys when number 11 and her train get up here. So we'll get these on the train and then do a little switching up at Dillsboro, and I might do the switching at the tannery off screen for this episode. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll see you guys when number 11 gets up here. Alright everyone, we're pulling into Barker's Creek. We're going to grab these cars and get on with it. Pull this down to 10 and we can go ahead and take out that flare. Now if I can get out of my moving locomotive. No, you don't have to do that. You're not crossing the road yet. Thank you. Alright. 410. Now you're going to cross the road. Now you can blow your whistle, number 11. Okay. Drop it back down, or stop completely. Yard reverse 20. And this is going to add a pretty good bit of weight to our train. Still don't think we're going to have to worry about 11 not being able to handle stuff for quite a while. But eventually it will come to the time where number 11 can't do it anymore. And that's when we'll buy another locomotive. And I think I've decided, I was thinking about it over the past few days, and I think we're either going to go, so like number 11's a T22, she's got 2200, it's 2500. And it's only $10,000, where even though we get an extra $15,000, it cost us $9,000 more dollars. So I think we're probably going to end up going with a consolidation to start with, and then maybe maybe once we get the mine and everything opened up, that's when we'll start going for the C40 for the Mastodon. And of course, eventually the goal is either decapods or consolidations to kind of be the brute force of the railroad. And really, we'll probably go for the C46, really. I like the way they look, and they're just a little bit more useful, I think. Of course, again, we may end up going with the decapod. It is cheaper. You lose basically no tractive effort doing that. So, I don't know. That's plans for very much in the future. Let's see how number 11 handles this. Yeah, she's got it. Alright, guys, I'll see y'all in Dillsboro. Alright, so we've made it up here to Dillsboro, and I've topped off number 11's water. And we are going to get these cars all switched out. 2 of them are for Locust Pen, and this one's for the Dillsboro Freight House. Alright, engineer, you bashed into some cars at like 8 miles an hour the other day, and now you're not even gonna make it to couple up? That's great, man. Alright. Think what we'll do is pull up here, pull up, back down, drop the Dillsboro Freight House car on the main, or I may just do a running. I may just Dutch drop it, possibly. Save a little time. Yeah, I think flying switch is what we'll do. 100%. Okay. Let me prepare for this. Gotta get somewhere that I can let it go. Let me go ahead. Alright, I've already got it lined. Good. Oh no. I did it when it had air in the system. Ugh. Come on, man. Dang it. Alright, I'm still doing this. I want to prove to myself that I can do this. Okay, now I still might not have got up enough speed. Come on. Come on, boxcar. You can do it. The bad part is probably far enough. Ah, come on! I know that was enough. Come on, just a little bit farther. There we go. Okay. Well, at least I did that. At least I successfully did it that time. Okay, that's the kind of thing I like to see. Alright, I'm gonna get number 11 hooked back up to her train. I'm gonna head up and switch out the tannery, and I'll catch you guys back at the interchange at the end of the day. We'll see you then. Alright everyone, we are back up here at the Silva interchange, getting ready to send all these cars off, and getting ready to spend a ginormous amount of money to buy locomotive parts. Do we necessarily really need them right now? No, not really. But I would rather go ahead and prepare now instead of running out when we do need them. So there's $446. We're gonna get number 11 backed out of the interchange track, and that'll be the episode. So today we made a pretty good bit of money. We started out at $1,300, so we made over $3,300 today. So that's always a good day. It's always a good day. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna keep doing this sort of more laid back style at the beginning and ends of videos instead of doing the whole setting up like a shot and all that. But anyway, so if you enjoyed the video, then do what all the YouTubers ask you to do. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you back here, but even if I don't, I hope you have a great day, and peace out.